First English Arabic Learning Session 117. He professed to scoff at soppy love scenes in films. I am mental. He's an incorrigible liar. An incorrigible habit of playing practical jokes. His teachers say he is incorrigible. He put on a grey shirt and loose cotton slacks. He was beefing about how the recession was killing the business. Just back off and let us do this on our own. A wisecracking tour guide. The search for a transcendent level of knowledge. Love is what engages and transcends mundane limits. A nameless yearning for transcendence. He stayed aloof from the bickering. They were courteous but faintly aloof. He plays a bibulous editor at a London publishing firm. Tension could bubble up again at any time. I am chained to my desk. I can confirm or deny nothing. She could envision him as a restaurateur. Thanks for the sage advice. Because of her extrasensory skills, the psychic is able to sense things about people she has never met. She grew more and more despondent. She started to feel despondent about ever finding a job. Before you get too despondent, though, there's some good news. His eyes were blazing with devilment. This is no place for weaklings. We spend money and effort in rearing every weakling. My head is pounding. He had me in a chokehold. Gardens abutting Great Prescott Street. Masonry may crumble where a roof abuts it. People were living in rat-infested hovels. Little flashing digital displays, electric zooms and whatnots. The glory days of 90% viewership. The tall poppy syndrome is strong in this land. If people cut down the tall poppies, they criticize people who stand out from the crowd. A nearby house had been commandeered by the army. It seems that some people still believe in sorcery and black magic. Welcome one and all. She was religious but not a prig. Cars have become an indispensable part of our lives. A good dictionary is indispensable for learning a foreign language. Everyone's job is important, but no one is indispensable. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. He made himself indispensable to the parish priest. We tried to blend into the crowd. They have adopted local customs and tried to blend in with the community. He talks my ear off every time I call him. Another nothing burger of a debate. The meeting of world leaders turned out to be a big nothing burger. The climate crisis is an existential threat to the world. He held sway over the entire department. These old attitudes still hold sway in the church. Bile helps your digestive system break down fats. His response was full of bile and hatred. Meat eaters must produce extensive bile acids in their intestines. 2 children in a very pitiful state. The work stopped him from feeling mopey. She is foster mother to various waifs and strays. I am leery of cats because they always seem ready to pounce. Being leery is being distrustful. Judges receive letters from disgruntled members of the public. Disgruntled customers. He stayed with the club through thick and thin and nothing disgruntled him. She read the tale of a merman caught in a fisherman's net. Please don't leave the toothpaste uncapped. Forgive thy enemy. She brained me with a rolling pin and I stomached that. He had outwitted many an opponent. Let your creative juices flow. I am shocked to my core. This sport day always landed on my birthday. I won the fight without landing a single punch. There were more problems than ever landing on her desk. The plate landed in her lap. He leapt over the fence and landed nimbly on his feet. The monkey leapt nimbly from rock to rock. He landed 43 on Saturday. Let's keep it to ourselves until we see how the land lies. The doctor was amazed to find me still in the land of the living, alive. In the land of the free, virtually anyone is free to wield a gun. A masked raider wielding a handgun. The men who wield the power are certainly backing him to the hilt. Faction leaders wielded enormous influence within the party. The tape is guaranteed to send babies and toddlers to the land of Nod. After some ups and downs, he has finally landed on his feet. Despite the calamities, he always lands with his bum in the butter. The stark choice facing most families is subsistence farming or hunger. Subsistence agriculture is still practiced in certain parts of the country. He used the field craft taught to him by his father to live off the land. The mistake landed the company with a massive bill. One of Britain's lesser-known car manufacturers. It is one of the lesser-known mystery animals in the field of cryptozoology. What's poppin'? I walk in like a dime piece. Do your pupils dilate when you look at someone you are attracted to? There's nothing poncy about cooking. You won't get me wearing a poncy headband. All they sell in that bar are poncy cocktails. A chocolate gatto. That's a swell idea. Heavy rains swelled the river. 2 officials were dismissed by the bank for malfeasance. He was accused of malfeasance in office. They and their companions were identified as subversives. There might be an infinite number of parallel universes out there. She's her mother's double. I met your double at a party last night. They described the outbreak of violence in the area as an aberration. What went on over that short period of time was an aberration. This wasn't an aberration, last year was the aberration. You're an infernal nuisance. The infernal regions. Aren't you chancing your arm a bit, giving up a secure job to start up a business? I said to them, go and chance your arm. It was never going to succeed, but, of course, you do have to chance your arm. A play that's ineptly directed and acted is painful to watch. A eulogy to the Queen Mother. The Warlock's book was full of bewitchery. Cats love catnip because it makes them feel good. Don't diss me, man. Just don't diss my little brother, okay? I don't like her dissing my friends. The whole affair, if I may say so, was a waste of time. Bussing the unhoused out of the city is not a solution. The scandal blighted the careers of several leading politicians. These gloomy prognostications proved to be unfounded. His gloomy prognostications proved to be false. Speak plainly, please. I hate to be a doomsayer. I just occasionally slip up. If I had my druthers, I would prefer to be a writer. The warlock was able to invoke a spell on the king. If you had your druthers, maybe you would live in Australia. She was frumpy and dowdy. We are a cohesive nation. He wants every scene to be a showstopper. That report is a showstopper. It's not a showstopper, it's a life stopper. He's surrounded by sycophants. No need to be rude, retorted Isabel. It was now his time to retort the humiliation. A tuxedoed MC strode to the middle of the stage, master of ceremonies. He was scheduled to MC Sunday's award show. Don't dim your shine. Without conscious volition she backed into her office. You are what you wear. He considered the whole idea farcical. An eye-catching and impactful design. She is one of the most powerful tastemakers in the fashion world. There has been a spillover into state schools of the ethos of independent schools. How communities will divvy up revenues generated by the new stadium. The waiters and waitresses divvy out the tips. The thieves divvied up the loot. We divvied up the money equally. The raiders could divvy the spoils. The divvy is being held at 8:00 p.m. The spillover effect of the quarrel. A vengeful ex-con. A laundry hamper. The end. Coming next. Session 118.